My name is Chris Moon. I work for Ideal Supply Inc., based in Listowel, Ontario, Canada, and I hold the position of General Operations Manager there. We primarily live and do business in rural, small town Ontario, Canada. It's a different way of life than many parts of the world, and it's a place where neighbors still know neighbors, and everybody in the community knows each other, and so it really has us constantly strive to find the next way to meet our customers where they are as people, not even as customers, but to get to know them and to know that we're making a difference in what they're trying to do with their lives. So going back a few years, we discovered there was several challenges facing our business around how we interacted with customers. And we started to see that a lot of the established businesses we were had past relationships with, we're starting to pass on to a newer generation, arguably a more tech savvy generation, and the channels where those new business owners were wanting to engage Ideal Supply weren't traditional. We were finding people wanting to reach out on mobile. We were finding people wanting to reach out via text from a job site. And in a business that had been built on a traditional brick and mortar type model, we were finding that created really disparate channels of communication. And we might have a younger tech savvy counter person that would figure out how to engage with that customer in a text channel, for example. But the problem is that creates risk from a business standpoint, because if that associate decides to move on somewhere else, that relationship was built on a personal level, which is fine. I mean, that's very much what we're about. But we want the customer to engage with the company of Ideal Supply so that we can ensure continuity of service in the long term. So I think the biggest challenge that was presented to us was sort of this fractured channel of communication, and what could we possibly do to try to unify that and mitigate some of the risks associated with an individual in a particular location. We ended up choosing a solution of Prokeep, mainly because it was really able to unify all of those sort of disparate communication channels into a really simple, easy to use platform that was scalable for our organization. So we went from having this instance where maybe you've got 4 or 5 counter people in a branch with 4 or 5 different contact lists. Some doing SMS, some doing MMS, some doing maybe direct phone calls. There's a number of different ways, but we end up with a channel where all of that communication can go to a single number for the customer. So it really improves the experience for the customer in terms of knowing how to engage with our business. But then it also created visibility that we weren't necessarily expecting to see for our branch managers in terms of understanding that channel. And I think we really learned through the selection process of Prokeep that there are many things we know we don't know, and that brought some quantification to it. And we saw that channel was not only bigger than we had originally expected, but it was growing more rapidly than we had originally anticipated. And I think bringing Prokeep in as that solution, if anything, helped us accelerate the adoption of that channel. And it brought some discipline to how we communicated to customers about if you want to engage us in this channel, here's how you do it. And we were able to do marketing around it and really embrace it as an organization to say this is a channel where we're in, and this is how we play. And customers were able to interact with it very, very quickly. The other huge upside of the Prokeep platform is ease of use for our end users. It's something we were able to deliver browser-based in a scalable way, and it really created an easy MSN chat style feature to engage in chat, but something that was easily picked up by our counter associates and really allowed them to meet those customers in that channel and deliver on the expectations the customers had of us. Every industry is different and has its own isms, for lack of better terms. But Prokeep's decided they want to be the best at our industry and want to hear from the members of that industry and the users of their product in a real and meaningful way.